welcome back to another episode of Take It With a Grain of Sand. We are your hosts, Mikki P.
Ricky P.
And today, we don't really do segments. We've only got one segment for you. And we really dig deep into two particular news stories that caught our eye this week. And
that's right.
Yeah, so keep listening and let us know what you think. And if you disagree with us, leave it in the comments and enjoy.
This is a special kind of funny news. You know how we usually take stories from around the world and make jokes about them? Well, these two stories that what we are presenting right now, they're on their own right. They're special in their own category. Isn't that right, Mikki P?
Yeah, so for this segment of what we would usually call funny news, we're talking about some more like topical type of stories, some stuff that's more relevant than what we usually cover in this segment.
That's right.
Still funny. So
what's the first story?
The first story, I heard about this on a podcast, and when I watched it, I knew that we needed to talk about it on Take It With a Grain of Sand, and we need to give our takes. So the backstory behind this one is we're in Plano, Texas, and it's like a town council meeting. So it's like an official meeting. There's a bunch of people in suits, all Caucasian, and they've opened up the floor to citizens, to come and bring what they believe the issues are in their community, as you would do at a town council meeting. And on this particular day, at this particular town council meeting, there's this guy.
Wait a second. You know what, Nikki? Instead of actually talking about it, how about we just actually play some of it?
Okay. All right. Let's go. Jump right into it.
The people of Ukraine and what they're going
through.
So the people out there. Okay, guys? So, let me just get it going. They call me Primetime 99 Alex Stein. Hope you guys like my flavor.
Hope you guys like my flavor.
Come on. Prime time, 99. On the grind, all the time. Go insane for Ukraine. A bullet in Putin's brain. I'm time, always on the grind. Always.
Okay, so we're only a few seconds in. This guy is... Okay, let me set the scene some more. There's this guy that looks just like Tucker Carlson standing here. If you don't know what Tucker Carlson looks like, please look him up and you will get exactly what I'm seeing here. There's this guy and he is rapping about Ukraine, and he just said, put a bullet in Putin's brain. I mean, this is something else. I'm going to keep playing it. This is something else. It gets better.
Always gotta shine. And you know it's no lie.
My best friend.
What? Oh, excuse me. Come on, audio. Where are we going? Now we're cooking, guys.
Come on,
I got it turned down a little bit.
Oh,
It's
man.
prime time. Let's start that one more time, guys. Come on in the audience. Let's vibe tonight. It's prime time. Officer, you know I'm on the ground. You know gas prices are way too high. Putin's got to die. Put a bullet in Putin's head. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm a freak for the vaccine. Vaccinate my body at the party. Sipping Bacardi.
Oh, man. Oh, let me back that one up. We got to hear that bar again.
Vaccine. Vaccinate my body at the party. party, sipping Bacardi.
Vaccinate my body at the party, sipping Bacardi. Oh my god, if you could see the dances. He's like crouched down with his arms straight down, and he's kind of rocking back and forth with the beat and just screaming these bars into the mic. Let's keep going.
I'm the proof when I'm in a booth, spitting on the mic. It's anti-vax. Putin hates all of them blacks.
Yo. Oh my god. Putin's anti-vax. He hates all of them blacks. Oh, he's anti-vax and he hates all them blacks. Oh my god. This is something else. This is something else. This is something else. Okay, let's keep going.
Putin is a bad racist. Put him in the ground, white or brown. And I'm in plain old town. And you know you just got found. I'm a pimp on a blimp.
Okay, so now we've got some new information here. He's a pimp on a blimp. Not only is he a pimp, he's a pimp on a blimp. A pimp on a blimp. Oh my god. Okay, keep going.
Molasses stacking shrimp. No, you can't stop my show. I'm number 99. And you know I'm grand and shine. And you know I do it all the time.
Okay, at that part, he turns around to the auditorium behind him. Of course, there's no one in it because of COVID, but it's like he's trying to entertain this audience that's not there. That's why the audio gets quieter right there. He turns around away from the mic, and there's no one behind him.
One more time, I'm teaching class. This is your whole class. Zelensky is a VIP. Ukraine and I go insane. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. You know that is the plan. I'm a Zelensky stan. I love you, Vladimir Zelensky. You are so smart. What's a smart? Did somebody fight? No, what can you say? Vaccinate me straight or gay. I love you, and I love to rhyme and grind all the time. And you got that sanitizer, and you know I got that Pfizer.
Vaccinate me straight or gay. And whatever else he said, I can't remember all of it, but for the sanitizer, he's got that Pfizer. This is some good,
you know
some good
I
bars.
stick it in my vein. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. Do it for the Ukraine. Before I go insane, let me antibacterial my body at the party. Sipping Bacardi.
Okay, he just picked up a bottle of hand sanitizer, actually put it on. Said, let me sanitize my body at the party. Sipping Bacardi. He did the same line again, but this time with much more energy. This is something else. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. It's almost over.
You know the flow. And I am a pimp. Cause I am on the blimp.
I am a pimp because I am on a blimp. Now, can we just break down what that means? What does that mean? Being on a blimp means you're a pimp?
I mean, pimps are like on top of the world, or like over top of the world. So, and they have a lot of money to afford blimps. Now that he's on a blimp, he's on top of the world.
Which means that he's a pimp.
Yes? No? Maybe so?
I'm gonna run it back. Let's hear it again.
And I am a pimp. Cause I am on the blimp.
Okay, so I did hear that right. I am a pimp cause I am on a blimp. What does that... Okay, Okay, it's almost over. It's almost over.
Eat lots of steak and shrimp. One more time, I 99. And you know I grind and shine. Gas prices way too high. Vladimir Putin needs to die.
All right, now he's just saying some actual truths here. Gas prices are way too high. And perhaps we don't get political on this podcast. Okay, but perhaps Vladimir needs to die. Gas prices, this is true. And he's got his arms way out at this point. It's like he's trying to fly away. The arms are out. I think this is the end.
Gas prices way too high. Vladimir needs to die. I'm the truth and the boo. Take my picture. I'm a winner. I'ma eat you for dinner. Okay.
And I'm gonna eat you for dinner. And then that's when they cut him off.
I just want to say, I love you. We need to take out Vladimir Putin. Like Lindsey Graham said, thank you, Mayor Mullins. I appreciate the time. Peace. God bless you all.
Alright, and that's it for that clip. So what do we think? What are our final thoughts on Alex Stein's rap at the Plano, Texas meeting?
Cringe.
Yeah. But here's what I'm kind of thinking. Would Zoomers be more interested in politics if there was more rap in it?
A little bit. You don't want to actually force in politics. You want to sprinkle it in just a little bit by having it hidden in lyrics, because chances are Zoomers don't really pay attention to lyrics that much. They hear lyrics, they don't really listen to the lyrics, and after they get beat, chances are they're probably going to actually turn to politics without even knowing it.
Yeah, and I feel like incorporating more music in politics might draw in a younger crowd. In general, not even just hip hop. Even if it's bad. Like, and I also think that it being cringy might also help. Because...
Yeah, because people make memes about it.
Yeah, Zoomers love cringe because Zoomers love memes. So, having, like, this cringy type of stuff, like this white guy just screaming into a mic at a town council meeting, I mean, he might have actually informed people with that don't pay attention to the news. Especially, like, people our age. You know, that aren't fully aware of what's going on. That before you go insane, pull a bullet in Putin's brain. Like, he said some valid things. And you know what? I don't think it sounded bad either. It's like... I think what's funny about this is the context that he's doing this in. It's not what he's saying, necessarily, except for the pimp on a blimp part. I think that everything else is like, it's not what he's saying that makes it funny. It's that he's saying it standing there in a 3-piece suit at a town council meeting. I think that's what makes this, like, really funny. Like, if this was just a YouTube video, like a regular YouTube video, like he did a music video with this song, I don't think it would be quite as funny without the context of being in this situation. And, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Ricky P?
All I gotta say is that I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did he rehearse this, or did he just make everything up on the fly?
I don't think this was freestyle. I'm sure he wrote it. It didn't seem like
Yeah, but you never know.
it didn't seem like freestyle. It seemed like he wrote it in advance. I mean, I got get the vaccine in my body at the party, sip a Bacardi. You think he came up with that? You think this guy came up with that on the fly?
Again, you never know. May have some hidden talent.
You think okay, maybe he has a hidden talent for cringe rap, cringe freestyle rap. Perhaps. I'm open to that possibility. Um, yeah, but I don't think that he freestyled it. I think that all of that was written because he also had a beat picked out. He didn't ask for a beat like you would do at, say, a rap battle. He already had that. I think he had it written, and I think he had it memorized, because that's what you do when you perform a song. You gotta have the lyrics memorized. And, yeah, I think he had it memorized, because it also wasn't that much. So, yeah, I think that's it for that story.
Yep. Let's hit the next story.
Yeah, so I'm sure you all have heard, and I don't know when this is going to be coming out. This might be old news by the time you hear this, but right now it's hot. So
Yes.
today is Tuesday, March 29th, and 2 nights ago, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. This story has gone beyond viral. It's crazy what's going on, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, what did you think? What was your first impression, Ricky P? Because I know you didn't watch the Oscars. So when you heard about this, what did you think?
Oh, what did I think? Well, it was a slap of the century. I mean, think about it. No one talks about the Oscars anymore. Have you heard anyone talk about the Oscars?
Nah, the Oscars are old news.
Yes. When I heard a slap on the Oscars, I was actually like, wow. This is Oscar-winning performance. But, man, if that happened more often, man, the ratings of the Oscars would actually go skyrocketing. So, basically, what actually happened was, I heard that Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife.
Yeah, he pointed over to Jada Pinkett and said, G.I. Jane, can't wait to see it.
And then Will was laughing at that.
Will was laughing. So Jada's first reaction was to roll her eyes. She rolled her eyes at it. She did not think it was funny immediately. Will, next to her, was laughing.
Until he turned, saw that she was upset, like not really laughing at all. And that's why he just kind of walked up, slapped her. It
was out of nowhere.
And like he still had the smirk on his face.
Ricky, it was out of nowhere. Because he was laughing. And then all of a sudden you see him walking up to the stage.
And you know what's actually even more funny? Chris Rock did not flinch. Like, he did not have some sort of reaction. He had a straight face the entire time.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't he... Like, my reaction if someone slapped me would be to touch my face. Like, ow, that hurt. But he didn't do that at all. He played it off really professionally, actually, I think. So, what I'm seeing online right now is this battle. People are picking sides. And based on what happened, it's either Team Rock or Team Smith. And I think I'm on Team Rock. How about you, Ricky P?
Actually, no, I'm pretty much neutral.
Okay, let me explain my take. Alright? So, the joke, and I looked up what G.I. Jane is because I never heard of it. Apparently, it's a Demi Moore movie. Her head is shaved in it. But apparently, she's like really cool in it, and she does like all these, stunts and stuff. It's like actually really cool. So, it's not even that offensive of a joke, I think. But, so here's my take. So, apparently, Jada has alopecia, and she lost her hair from that. And she's been very vocal about that, and she's really talked about how it's impacted her and her struggle as a black woman losing her hair. And I see that side of it. But also, Chris Rock is a comedian, and comedians make jokes. So I also see that side of it, and even and I'm not saying that every comedian, any joke that they make is okay. I'm not saying that at all. But even though the joke may have been in poor taste, I don't think that gives anyone the right to slap him. He should not be physically assaulted. I feel like we're really opening ourselves up to a completely different culture if people have the right to get on stage and slap a comedian when they say something offensive. I don't think that. I also don't think that two wrongs make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. That's what they say. So even if Chris Rock was in the wrong and he hurt Jada's feelings, I don't think that Will slapping him was the right move. And let's also make sure we will be remiss if we didn't also mention what Will Smith said, what he yelled out when he sat back down directly after slapping Chris Rock across the face. He said, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." And then Chris was like, "Okay." Okay. And then he said it again. Man. "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." And Chris was like, I will. It was, oh my God. I just don't, and the thing is that he could have just said that. I don't think he needed to physically assault him. I think that was unnecessary. And I also, here's what else I think. I thought so much more of Will Smith. How about you, Ricky V? With his reputation, did you expect him to do something like this?
Kind of.
You did?
Yeah.
He's been known as a non-violent guy.
I don't know, something like this. He's lost his cool before.
Has he? When?
I don't remember when. I think it was a couple of years ago. And I forgot what the scenario was. But yeah, he's done something like this before.
I didn't expect
it. Not in this context, but he has lost his cool before. On cameras.
Let me tell you one more thing. Well, maybe not one more thing. But another thing that I think about this. I also think that about the context of the situation, to tie this all together, bring it full circle, the fact that he was on a live international broadcast also kind of changes the situation as well. I feel like if the three of them, Will, Jada, and Chris, were just hanging out, at Tiffany's or Balenciaga or, wherever rich people hang out, I think, and he made that joke, and Will Smith slapped him, I think that would have been a little more acceptable. You know? Like, they
Yeah.
were at Sizzler or the Hilton Hotel, or I don't know. And Will Smith slapped Chris Rock for saying that exact same thing. I don't think that would have been as bad. It's the fact that they were standing there in tuxedos and on live international television that made it so much worse. And then, did you see after that when he actually won an Oscar, his acceptance speech?
No.
Okay. Not too long after this incident, Will Smith won an Oscar, and he got up there holding the little golden man, and he was pouring tears. He was just crying so much. He said, I'd like to, usually people say I'd like to thank the Academy, but he said, I'd like to apologize to the Academy. And he did not, in that speech, he didn't specifically say about this incident. He didn't specifically mention Chris Rock or his actions earlier. He said he would like to apologize to the Academy, and he said that, I can't remember what other actor he mentioned. He mentioned, like, I don't know, Denzel Washington, or who's that other guy? I don't know. It's just like an old, another black actor that's huge, and he said that he told him, when you're at something like, when you're at your biggest moment or you're at the top, that's when the devil will come for you. Something like that. He like just got told that, and then this happened. He's winning an Oscar, but his reputation is kind of messed up because of what he just did like 10 minutes earlier.
Yes.
And so he's saying all of this in his acceptance speech and crying, and this was a whole ordeal. And I also saw that one of the members of the Academy, a black man, one of the very few in the, in the guild or whatever picks the awards, commented on the scenario, saying that, he was really disappointed. I think he was crying when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, because it reinforces these stereotypes, these stereotypes about black people and black men specifically, that they resort to violence. And I do agree with that. I think that it's unfortunate, like, going back to it being on this international broadcast, and then that's how you're showing yourself, to people that may not be as familiar with your work as others. And you're also representing not only yourself, but your people. And I just think that was really embarrassing for Will Smith. And I also would like to acknowledge the other side of the argument, that, because I did see people on Twitter saying, alopecia is not a joke, hair loss for women is not a joke, and people keep making those jokes, and someone needed to do something to stop these jokes.
Wait a minute, people are making alopecia jokes?
Well, they're saying that Chris Rock was making an alopecia joke.
Yeah.
But here's my rebuttal to that. Even if the joke was in poor taste, For one, everyone in that place was laughing. You heard all laughing except for Jada. She was the only one in that place that did not laugh at that joke. Alright, so it was funny. It must have been funny.
Yeah, it was.
They weren't even like, sometimes when a joke doesn't land by a comedian, sometimes people, they'll heckle. They won't laugh. They'll boo, they'll hiss, whatever. Or go, oh, like it was a burn. That's not what happened. They laughed. They thought that was funny.
Yeah, and I would have laughed.
And
too.
So there's that. And even if the joke was not funny and it was in poor taste, I still don't think that Will's reaction was warranted. It was so unprofessional and just not a way to carry yourself, to resort to violence, to physically assault the person that said something. They could have settled that later. After the show, Will could have approached Chris in private and been like, hey man, that was not funny. You should apologize to my wife. And then it would have been over. We wouldn't have even heard about the joke. The only reason that the joke was so huge was because of Will Smith's response. Like you and I, we wouldn't have even heard about it because we don't watch the Oscars like a lot of people don't. So if it hadn't been for that, we wouldn't have even heard of this. So honestly, I think he kind of shot himself in the foot and his wife by taking these actions, because now everyone's hearing about it.
Yeah, and there's memes about it.
There's memes about it. Oh man. It's
and the memes are hilarious.
Of course. It's huge. It's all anyone's talking about, and that's because of what Will did. If he hadn't done anything, we wouldn't have heard about it. There would be no memes. There wouldn't have been anything. It would have just been forgotten. Like, even the people that were there that night would have forgotten about that just a few minutes later. They would have forgotten that joke. So I think that his actions were not only unwarranted, they kind of did more harm. Because he also hurt his own reputation. And I would like to shoot out a theory right now, Ricky P. I was thinking about this afternoon, and I was thinking, maybe this is all... No, I know that this is a simulation. I know our whole existence is a simulation. Maybe this incident was a glitch in the program.
As if it was fake.
No, not fake. Just a glitch in the program. Like whoever's designing our existence right now in the computer kind of messed up a little bit at this year's Oscar Awards. That wasn't supposed to happen. It seems too crazy to be real. So crazy that I think that there was a glitch in the programming.
Mikki, are you okay? I just want to know if you're okay or something. I could just schedule you for into a mental hospital.
I don't need a mental hospital.
Do you need to take the tinfoil hat off?
No, this is not about aliens. This is about the glitch in the program that we live in. That's not crazy. It's fact.
Yeah, okay, that seems a little bit far-fetched. Given we had just said that it was just all staged and that none of what Will Smith did actually mean anything. That it was only a way just to bring attention to the Oscars because Oscar viewings are going down.
I'm willing to acknowledge that point of view and accept that that's a possibility. Only if you're willing to accept the possibility that we're living in a simulation.
Wow. Okay, no, I can't. I cannot think of that possibility. That is tinfoil hat conspiracy levels of conspiracy. And that don't even make any sense.
No. That's not a conspiracy. That's fact. I'll tell you what's a conspiracy. Y'all heard of our wonderful President Kennedy and his unfortunate demise in Texas? And that he was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald, but they say that it wasn't really him, that it was someone else, another gunman. I heard that Lee Harvey Oswald shot at the president, missed. Secret Service tried to shoot him, and one of the Secret Service members, first of all, they all missed because he survived this incident. One of the Secret Service members tried to shoot Lee Harvey Oswald. They missed, and they shot the president. And that explains the mystery of the bullet trajectory that killed him.
Any CIA that's watching, please don't try to kill us.
That's a theory that's out there. I didn't make that up. I heard that on a podcast too.
Yeah, let's get back on topic before we get some strange knock on our door.
Alright. I mean, that was kind of it. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars because of a joke.
An Oscar-winning slap at that.
An Oscar-winning slap for sure. And an Oscar to Chris Rock as well for receiving the slap with such grace.
Yes. And he didn't go down like a champ. Like a chump.
No, he went up like a champ. I mean, he was so...
Yes!
He handled it so professionally. I can only admire him more.
Yeah. And plus, not to mention, I mean, the LP joke wouldn't not really be offensive. Especially to me. Those of you who don't know, I suffered from alopecia when I was like in start of 7th grade. And it does suck. Hair loss is pretty much, it just looks really, I would say, ugly. I wasn't born with it. It's just like, you just have these patches of just...
Yeah, you didn't lose...
places, so just where hair...
You didn't lose all of your hair. You were just, like, really patchy.
Yeah, and it was just like, it just reached in the back of my head. So much that I had to wear, like, a hoodie or something. And especially since how my social anxiety was, like, really high and my self-esteem was actually really low at the time, it was pretty much also going through school thinking what people would think of my hair loss.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a struggle. I can totally sympathize a little bit. But I can get a joke. When it's actually taken as a joke, he didn't really say it as a personal attack.
No.
I don't really think it was.
No, I don't think he wrote that joke down and got up there and said that with the intent of hurting Jada's feelings. I don't think that was it at all.
No, of course not.
I just... Go ahead.
I mean, you shouldn't really be offended by a joke. I mean, I don't really think she was offended. I don't really think she found it funny. which is totally okay. It's, let me say this. Getting offended by a joke like that, like any jokes for that matter, which could reach to a personal level for some people, I don't really think, like, overacting is such a good idea. Because it's dark humor. You know, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Either you laugh at it when you find it funny, or you don't laugh at it when you don't find it funny. I just don't want to be overly offended by a joke. It just really isn't a good idea, because it just kind of really shows how you approach jokes. And how humor, nowadays, isn't really as funny as humor back then, because there were a whole lot of offensive jokes. Nowadays, you can't really tell a joke about anything anymore without someone taking offense to it.
Yep. It's truly unfortunate what's happening. And the fact that with social media, everyone has a voice. You don't have to have a platform, like be a news anchor, in order to have a voice. So people are able to speak out about things that need to be spoken out about, but they're also able to speak out about things that don't need to be spoken out about. And we have to hear all of it. And yeah, I think this thing has been really blown out of proportion in the wrong direction, because I'm seeing more people online supporting Will Smith than I'm seeing support Chris Rock, because they're so offended by the joke he told. And yeah. But this is a comedy podcast, and we're getting too serious. So how about we say something funny to close out the segment?
Okay.
I was hoping you would come up.
You hear that sound? You hear that sound?
What?
That's slap. That was the slap. The simulation of the slap. You see, that's me trying to be funny. I tried to simulate the slap singing. That Will Smith did.
You can't simulate anything when you're in a simulation.
This is not a simulation.
Don't you know nothing?
This is real life. You see people. You see.
No, we perceive this as real life.
No,
that doesn't mean it's real.
No, this is crazy talk.
I'm not even fully convinced that I'm not sleeping like in a coma and this is all a dream.
Oh, now we're getting into coma theories? Okay, look, we need to end this right now before we get even lower into the crazy spiel.
It's not crazy, it's called mentally ill.
Yeah, okay, before we get even more mentally ill, let's just end this segment.
Alright, fine. Alright, that's it for today's episode. Remember to stay tuned for our next episode, and also remember to always take it with a grain of sand.